ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नम ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. I welcome everyone for this Purushottama Yoga series. Today is the 10th day and we'll be discussing the 10th shloka of the 15th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. In the first six shlokas, Krishna spoke about the material world and the spiritual world and the process of going from material world to spiritual world. In the next five shlokas, Krishna explains about the transmigration of soul in this world. In the seventh shloka, Krishna spoke about the identity of the soul. We are all parts of Krishna, but we are struggling in this world with the mind and senses. In the eighth shloka, Krishna spoke, how do we change the bodies? How does the soul go from one body to another body? In the ninth shloka, Krishna spoke about the experience of the soul in this world through the body and the senses and the mind. Finally, in the 10th shloka, which we are going to discuss today, Krishna speaks about who can understand the soul's journey. The soul is changing bodies. The soul is eternal. Body is temporary. But the soul is entering so many temporary bodies and experiencing so many temporary pleasures and pains. Who can understand this whole journey of the soul in this material world? Krishna reveals in this shloka. Let's recite this. 10th one. उत्क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि भुञ्जानं वा गुणान्वितं विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषः। उत्क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि भुञ्जानं वा गुणान्वितं विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषः। In this shloka, Krishna explains Utkramantam means quitting the body. The soul quits one material body to enter another material body, right? So, after leaving one material body, if the soul is not yet ready for liberation, not yet mature enough spiritually to go to the spiritual world, the soul has to enter another material body, right? So, Utkramanta means giving up the body, quitting the body. Sthitam Vapi means staying in a body, staying in a new body. And Bhunjanamva means, and while staying in the body, the soul is experiencing so many things. That is Bhunjanamva, undergoing so many pleasures and pains. Gunanvitam, and all these pleasures and pains experienced by the conditioned soul in this world are under the spell of gunas. What are those gunas? Sattva guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. Basically, this material world, material universe is made of these three gunas: goodness, passion, and ignorance. And this material body is a product of three gunas. The material senses like eyes and nose, they are products of three gunas. And the sense objects which the senses experience, they are also products of gunas only. Thus, under the purview, under the influence of these three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamo gunas, the soul is experiencing so many material objects in this world through the material body and material mind and material senses, right? Who can understand this? And who doesn't understand this? Although it is reality that the soul is trapped in this material world and experiencing so many things in this material world under the influence of gunas, vimudha na anupashyanti. Vimudha means uh, foolish people. Modha is foolish people. Vimudha means very foolish people, ignorant people. Na anupashyanti. Pashyanti means to see or to understand. Na anupashyanti means not seeing, not understanding. So, the soul's journey in this material world cannot be understood by foolish people. These foolish people, they think that Whatever we see is right. Whatever we see is the truth. If they cannot perceive something beyond their beyond what this, if they cannot perceive something with their eyes, they think that it's not truth, it's not fact. Where is soul? Show me soul. I have never seen soul. Why are you saying soul, soul, soul? What we see is body. And what is reality? Whatever we experience through this body is reality. So they remain on a bodily conception. They don't understand the existence of soul. Such people are described here by Krishna as Vimudha. Vimudha nanupashyanti. Foolish and ignorant people, uh, they cannot understand this journey of soul. But who can see? Pashyanti gnana chakshushaha. Pashyanti means to see or to understand. Gnana means knowledge, chakshu means eyes. Very important term here. So when I see something, I get some understanding of that object. When I see this mouse, I get some understanding. Uh, but whatever I understand or a naive person understands by seeing this one little lump of plastic, is it complete understanding? So if someone shows this to a simple villager or a small child who may not have understanding of how computers work, they may think it's a lump of plastic, nothing more than that. It's a white substance. That's all they understand. But those who have some understanding of technology, those who can use some computers, they know that this is a mouse. It has some utility when you're making PowerPoints, when you're working on documents. So this mouse helps us a lot. So people who have Gnana Chakshu or knowledge of some technology, they will understand what it is. Similarly, those who have spiritual knowledge can understand spiritual subject matters. But those who don't have spiritual knowledge, those are very blind to spiritual knowledge, they think that whatever we see around us, that is reality. But it's not reality. It's not full reality. For example, can we see air? But air exists. We can feel it, right? Just because we cannot see it, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Similarly, somebody who's traveling in a desert, they may see a water body from a distance. They may see that, oh, there's a lake there, there's a nice river there. They run towards that place, but it is nothing but a lump of sand. There is no water body there. So, while traveling in a desert, somebody may perceive a water body, but it's not reality, it's a mirage. And somebody may not be able to see the air, but air exists. Mirage doesn't exist. Sorry, water body doesn't exist, but you see it in the desert. Similarly, air exists, but you can't see it. Thus, everything that we see may not be reality. Everything that we cannot see is not non existent, it exists. So, similarly, in spiritual subject matters, when we have spiritual knowledge, we can understand things beyond our material vision also. Uh, Ordinary eyes see only the visible things, and sometimes they speculate, they imagine. But wise people see beyond, they understand the spirit behind it. In short, when there is spiritual wisdom, we can understand the presence of the soul. Mm. For example, somebody goes for a magic show, and the magician is creating so many things. He can show you stars, he can bring out a rabbit from his hat. But can a magician or can anybody create a soul, create a living being? They may create some artificial body, a toy rabbit. But real rabbit, a living being rabbit, cannot be created by magician, right? So, but the magician shows that there is a rabbit there. It's a magic. Similarly, magician may create so many things, but all that is illusion. And small children, they believe that yes, it is right, it is truth. Or when I see a cup, a glass filled with water or half filled with water, and you put a stick there. So the stick appears to be broken or bent, but in reality, the stick is not broken, not bent. Because the stick is immersed in the water, I perceive it like that. Right? And say somebody is living on the other side of the globe. They may not see sun because sun is that side, and here night time is happening, here is daytime. And those who are living on the other side of the globe, where during night time they feel that sun doesn't exist or sun died. Is it true? Sun will come tomorrow. So everything that we see is not real. In dreams, people see so many things. They are not real. Gravity exists, but we cannot see. Air exists, we cannot see. Love exists, but we cannot understand the size and shape of love, right? So many people say, if you really love me, show me the what is the shape of love, what is the size of love. It doesn't work like that. So one has to feel it. So similarly, in this world, whatever we see is not truth. Similarly, we cannot perceive soul. When people argue that I don't see soul, therefore I don't believe soul, that's like not the best intelligence. So spiritual subject matters cannot be understood by material um, efforts or material vision. So we need to acquire spiritual knowledge from right sources, authentic sources. What are the authentic sources where we can acquire spiritual knowledge from? Books. When we have spiritual literature like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, by studying that literatures, by hearing those literatures from great souls, we understand spiritual subject matters, right? Hear from great souls, read the scriptures, study the scriptures, and worship the Lord. By worshipping the Lord, also we acquire a lot of knowledge. The Lord will bestow knowledge upon us. Bhakti gives knowledge. Now, somebody wears red glasses, they see the world red. Somebody wears blue glasses, they see the world blue. But if you wear transparent glasses or no glasses, you can see the world the way it looks, right? Similarly, when we wear the glasses of material ignorance, we will see everything material. But if we wear the glasses of spiritual knowledge, we see things in the right perspective. What is wearing glasses of spiritual knowledge? What does it mean? It basically means acquiring spiritual knowledge, and our vision, whatever we see, must be driven by that spiritual knowledge. That is called Gnana Chakshu, the real Chakshu. And who gives that Chakshu, Gnana Chakshu? Guru. Chakshudan Dilojai means Guru gives us that knowledge of vision of knowledge. Then we can see things in right perspective. And we need to receive that knowledge from Guru through oral reception. Means we need to hear from Guru and hear and understand things. Now, there is sense perception, means your senses are seeing something, right? When your senses are perceiving something, we get some understanding. But if you have an experience of oral reception, if you have heard something about it before, then your sense perception is right. Let me give a simple example. So somebody came to temple. In the temple, there is beautiful altar. In the altar, there are Radha Krishna deities. If ordinary people who don't understand who Radha is, who Krishna is, when they see the deities, they think that, oh, two nice dolls of a man and a woman are standing, they're nicely decorated. That's all they understand, nothing more than that. But if you know who Srimati Radharani is, who Sri Krishna is, and if we have some devotion for them, which we have cultivated in the association of devotees, then we'll be able to fold our hands or close our eyes and offer a sincere prayer and reveal your heart to the deities. And that experience of going to a temple and standing in front of the deities will become a medium for spiritual contemplation, devotional contemplation. And because we have the background of oral reception, our sense perception led to devotional contemplation, right? So sense perception means my senses, means my eyes are seeing the deities of Radha Krishna. That's sense perception. Oral reception means I heard about Radha Krishna from a guru, from scriptures. And that lead to devotional contemplation, smarana. Otherwise, without this oral reception, if I only depend on sense perception, I'll just do some mental speculation to understand who they are, right? So, for our sense perception to lead to devotional contemplation, we need oral reception. Otherwise, it's only mental speculation. So, understanding spiritual truths require knowledge, and bhakti gives that knowledge. Bhakti, the one of the foremost limbs of bhakti is Shravanam. Hear about the Lord from devotees, and that hearing gives us knowledge. And with that knowledge, we can perceive things as they are. Clear? So these are some thoughts on this beautiful shloka. And tomorrow we'll discuss the 11th shloka. That's the last shloka in this section of transmigration of soul. So we'll discuss that tomorrow. Thank you very much. श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।